All we're gonna do to upshift is we're gonna do a lift to shift, okay? So you're in first gear, right? You're taking off, you're gonna roll through the throttle. You're gonna simply come completely off the throttle and click the lever backwards. It's going to upshift into the next gear and you're gonna roll back into the throttle again, okay? If you do not lift, it will not shift, okay? This gear lever right here has about 10 welds on it. Not because it's a weak lever by any means, but because there's been some big strong men that also have very heavy right feet that will not lift to make the shift, okay? It's not gonna shift, it's not gonna go into the next gear, and then we're not breaking the lever, okay? So we wanna make sure we're doing that. It's gonna be a lift to shift all the way up to 6th gear. Now, we're in 6th gear, we're going down the straightaway, okay? We're gonna get down into the straightaway. We're always gonna go down 3 getting into turn 1, okay? So if we have 100% of our braking zone, these are a very small CC engine, 1 cylinder. It doesn't do us any good to engine brake these go-karts. What I'm meaning, like in a regular car on the street, you would rev the motor up a little bit, downshift, let the clutch out, and let the pull of the motor slow the car down a little bit, right? We're not going to do that at all with these cars. If you have 100% of your braking zone, you're going to brake for the first 80%. You're going to add in your downshifts in the last 20%. So you're going to bring 80% of the speed off of the cart, and then you're just simply going to be on the brakes, off of the throttle completely, and you're going to add in your downshifts. Click, click, click. It will be as simple as that. It'll always be up 6 on the front straightaway, down 3 getting into turn 1, okay? Just add in those downshifts. With the throttle and the brake, they're both very short and direct throws, okay? Unlike that of any car you might have on the street right now where it takes a while to get that car to full throttle. This car will go full throttle almost immediately. The biggest thing we want to make sure we're doing is that we're always rolling into the throttle. I know, guys, it's a lot to remember. It's all going to come together, but if I don't explain it, then I never gave you a chance to do it correctly in the first place. And that's what we're here for, is to help everybody get it throughout the night, okay? So with a 2-stroke motor, you always want to make sure that you're rolling into the throttle nice. You're not jamming on the throttle. If you jam on the throttle, the car's going to fall on his face. He knows what I'm talking about. It's going to fall on his face, and then it's going to take a while to pick back up. If we roll into the throttle and bring those RPMs up, we're going to hit that power band, and then that's time to make our next shift, okay? With the brake pedal, like I said earlier, we have 4-wheel disc brakes, right? This cart will stop just about as fast as you can make it stop. Now that being said, just like with those carts over there, if we go ahead and jam on the brakes real fast, what's probably going to happen? We're going to lock them up, except for on this one, we're going to lock up all 4. So now it's going to spin in a full 360 around and around and around, and you're going to end up in the dirt somewhere. And we might leave you there for a little while, and then we'll come get you in a little bit. So let's not do that. All we need to do is just roll into those brakes nice and slow. Once you feel a firm grip on the pedal and the cart's starting to slow down, you can pretty much try to put that pedal through the floor, and you're not going to go anywhere. You're just going to stop, all right? That's what we want to try and make sure we're doing. Okay, so we went through our upshifts, we went through our downshifts. We know how many gears we're going to do on the front straightaway. We're ready to pull the carts into the pits. We're just simply going to be in first gear, right? Downshift all the way. We're going to direct you in, just like you might see somebody directing the airplane on the runway. We're going to tell you exactly where we want you to park. You're just going to be in first gear. You're going to pull it on in, and you're going to stop right where you want to, okay? And it's going to just go ahead and shut off. Now everything's nice and hot around us, right? We're going to make sure we're keeping all that equipment on. We're going to go ahead and scoot forward in the seat, putting both hands on the top edge of the seat, lifting ourselves up, stepping back into the seat again, and then exiting opposite side of the motor, right? Okay, guys, so here, all of my drivers and anybody else that would like